Good morning, everybody. Just a little intro music to get it going this morning. A little bit of Friday morning vibes from Alabama way. Everybody, wake up! It's Friday morning. I stirred my coffee this morning with a gel pen because there are no coffee stirrers in my hotel room, so that was interesting. Let me know if y'all can see me and hear me. The internet in this hotel room is not great. A little intro music going. How's everybody doing this morning? This song is called Feeding the Ducks. I don't know what that means. Hope everyone's having a great Friday morning. Man, I am in Alabama. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? How is the streaming quality? Like I said, I'm on the Wi-Fi here at the hotel. I'm currently in Clanton, Alabama. I drove all day yesterday. I left my house in south of Houston probably at, I think I left at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. It was about a 9.5 hour drive to over here. We're just north of Montgomery. Made a couple stops on the way, impromptu, for bathrooms and fuel and getting out and stretch my legs. And so I even stopped at a nursery in Montgomery because I was making really good time, honestly. I made really good time yesterday. Leaving Houston, I wanted to leave pretty early because I didn't know what the traffic was going to be like in Baton Rouge because of the flooding, the hurricane. Thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Louisiana dealing with the hurricane and all that stuff. How's my quality? I don't have my microphone or anything, so hope y'all can hear me all right. But yeah, made it through Louisiana without a hitch. I mean, there wasn't hardly any traffic. I was already past Lake Charles by 7 a.m. Made it to the Mississippi border. I didn't realize how close, like, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida were together right there at that confluence, where they all meet at like Gulf Shores. And that was pretty cool. I got out to stretch my legs at the Mississippi Alabama border. And I was looking at the map and I was like, ooh, the place where I'm named after is actually 2 hours away. It was Destin, Florida. My dad was conceived in Destin, Florida, and I am Destin Jr. So I thought about making a trip there, but I was like, that's a 4-hour round trip all the way on the other side of Pensacola. But yeah, after I got into Alabama, it pretty much from Mobile, it was pretty much northeast to Montgomery, and that was probably the most like boring drive right there, just on its own, just because it was pretty. Everything on the drive has been beautiful. Looking at the trees, looking at the water and the bridges. Alabama the drive was pretty cool, but it was just a straight shot pretty much. And there's like two roads going parallel, and there was an accident, so I actually got held up for about 10 minutes, but it wasn't too bad. So I made it to here. I made it to Montgomery. Went by a nursery called Green Thumb Nursery. There wasn't a whole lot of nurseries. I was looking for some nurseries that were. There was a lot of nurseries like they had like your normal like backyard garden stuff, landscaper quality stuff. I'm typically looking. I like to see that kind of stuff, but I also like to see my exotics and my tropicals, just like that. And I found a place in Montgomery called Green Thumb Nursery. Shout out to Green Thumb Nursery. They were super cool. I did a video, and I'll be posting that when I'm not so exhausted. I tried editing a video last night, and I was just so tired. But I left Montgomery, and that's when the weather kind of took a turn. The weather was pretty bad leaving Montgomery. Then it cleared up on the highway going north, and there's about a 45-minute drive from here, from Montgomery to where I'm at in Clanton. And then it was actually pretty decent. It was sprinkling a little bit. I got unpacked And then I went to Walmart, and because I needed a dongle, I needed a little reader for my SD cards for the laptop. Because I don't know why laptops don't come with SD card readers anymore. They used to come with SD card readers. I don't know what the hell is going on. But when I came out of the Walmart, when I was going to leave the Walmart after I checked out, uh, everybody was standing by the doors, and I was like, "What is going on?" And like, there was a tornado warning, and it was just a torrential downpour. It was crazy, and that was probably about close to 6 o'clock. Um, yeah, I was gonna plan on going to a couple places that Tracy from Just Dig It and Jason McCoghill had recommended. There's a place called the Peach Farm or the Peach Patch or something right over here I wanted to go to, or the Durham, is it Durham or Durban Planters Farmers Market. I was planning on going by those places, but it was raining so hard. I was like, okay, let's go grab something to eat just real quick and then get back to the hotel. And so I pretty much spent the rest of the night up here chilling, and I'm kind of glad I did. I'm kind of glad I rested up. I don't think I realized how tired I was until like I sat down, like laying on my bed, and I was out of it. I was so tired, so freaking tired. You don't realize how much like a 12-hour day in the car will tire you out. So I was pretty tired. So, but I'm really excited for the weekend. We are doing the event Rain or Shine. We will be up at Puddles in the Pass tomorrow. Well, the setup is today. They say to come around. I can go pretty much anywhere between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to set up, and we have a dinner tonight for all the vendors and everything at 5:30 at Pedals. So I'm probably not going to go to Pedals until maybe after lunch at some time, just because if I go too early, then I'll have to come back. What I may do, though, which I'm looking forward to, I may drive towards Birmingham. There's a couple other nurseries that I want to check out. Whenever I come to areas that I'm not familiar with, um, whenever I go to areas I'm not familiar with and I'm new to, I always like to go to the nurseries and see what do they have. Like what are people growing in this area? Is it the same stuff that I'm growing in Houston, or is there some different stuff? Green Thumb was pretty decent. They had a pretty good selection. I really noticed here in Alabama that they are all about camellias. Like, and I noticed, saw many camellias were in Montgomery at that Green Thumb nursery. There was a lot of camellias and azaleas, a lot of palms, and then what else? They said they had a lot of magnolias, and a lot of, what was the other one I saw? They had a bunch of cool stuff. But I did find, I bought a desert rose. I got an elk antler, and I got a bird's nest. I need to go downstairs and grab those plants. And I think, honestly, if I put them in the back seat or in the back of my truck, it's not supposed to get hot. But I don't want them stressed out, though. But pretty safe. I took most of my stuff upstairs to my hotel room, but I did leave some stuff in the back. We'll see if it's all there still. Like I said, I'm going to go up to my table and my banner and everything, and then tomorrow I will take like some of my merch, which I don't have a lot of merch. I got the Texas Garden Guy hats. I didn't bring a whole lot of them though, and then I'm selling my stickers. So I got a ton of stickers. Ton of stickers. Really, it's a bunch. So I'll be selling my stickers. Good morning from ATX. Let's see. Good morning from Austin, Texas. If you ever get a chance, Green Gate Nursery in Seguin is a place I go for exotic. Great assortment of fancy begonias. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a plan. I have a plan for like all this gardening content and like what I want to do as far as like some future projects. Back to my coffee. This coffee is so bad. Shout out to Holiday Inn. They put the they had there's a Keurig in the room, and they give you complimentary K cups, which is cool, I guess. But there's no water, no bottled water to put. Like usually, like there's like a bottle of water or something. There's no bottled water, and then the assortment of little creamers and sugars is good, but there's no coffee stir. So I luckily I had a bottle of water in here, and I filled up the Keurig, and then I couldn't find anything to stir up my coffee, and I was gonna use the pen that they leave in the hotel room, but I was like, "Don't do that, man! You don't know where that pen's been." And so I used a gel pen that I had in my backpack. So if my mouth is blue, it's because I used a blue gel pen. But yeah, no, I came, I got to the hotel last night, and I was exhausted, and everybody was really nice here. What I was really surprised by is the person who owns the hotel has a garden, like legit has a like a big garden behind the hotel. I was pulling, I unloaded, put everything on a cart, and then brought it up to the hotel room and unloaded, and I took it down. Went to go grab lunch, but before I left, I asked the person at the front desk. I was like, "Hey, whose garden is that?" And they go, "Oh, that's the owner." And I was like, "That's cool." So I may take a video of that real quick if I can find out. I may give them some. I may tell the person at the front desk like, "Hey, here's some fertilizer samples, and here's a sticker." Tell the owner, like, ask the owner if I can do a tour of the garden. But when I'm in these areas, I like to go check out other nurseries and see what's going on, see what they have, see how they operate, and everything like that. Um, and what I was talking about, like for future projects, is I want to. I remember Justin Rhodes did the Great American Farm Tour. The Great American Farm Tour. He converted a bus and drove his family all around the United States, and like went to different homesteads and different, permaculture people, and saw a bunch of different farms and gave us a tour of that. He did it for like a whole year. And I want to do something like that, but with nurseries. So like I want to, um, I would like to, take like a whole week and drive, because there's so many cool nurseries down here in the South. Like just start in Louisiana and go a week. I was telling my wife about this for maybe spring break. Maybe we'll plan that out. We'll just do like I'll take off a Friday, and we'll do like a full 10 days off, and we'll just get in the truck and drive and just go east, and stop at like map out kind of like some nurseries we want to go see, and like make it a thing where I can only get one plant from each nursery or something like that. I'm sure I'll break that rule, but make it like a thing where like, oh, this is the only thing I can get from this nursery. I can only pick one. Dang it! Like yesterday, I probably could have walked away with just one plant. But I'm a magnet for desert roses. Like people or I'm always able to find desert roses in places where you never think you'd find desert roses. Let's see. Can you tell me a little bit about your greenhouse shade cloth structure? Did you buy something designed to do that, or was it more DIY? So my greenhouse is a greenhouse from Shelter Logic, and I've done a bunch of videos about my greenhouse and stuff like that. So um, probably more on my Instagram, I'm sure. But my greenhouse structure is a Shelter Logic greenhouse. It's a 12 by 20, 12 by 20 foot greenhouse. The kit, right? Comes with all the brackets and all the arches and everything. You just put everything together, and it came with a plastic uh, sheet, like a fitted plastic sheet that goes on it. Well, here in Texas, in my area, you don't really, not here. I'm in Alabama right now, but when I'm in Texas, in my area of Texas, I don't really require a greenhouse year round, like not at all. I maybe need a greenhouse 60 to 90 days out of the year. And it's for me, it's not really like for growing seed starts early or like growing. For me, it's my plant hoarder nest. It's where I can keep all my tropical stuff alive over winter. And so I put it on before the first frost, and I take it off after the last frost, which is about a 60 to 90 day period. And about 60 days later, I put a shade cloth on top, and you can get shade cloth in any size, any percentage you want. A lot of places like Greenhouse Megastore or Amazon will sell shade cloths, and however you want them. They're pretty durable, honestly. So the reason I take my shade cloth off, or the reason I take my tarp off my greenhouse structure, is not only because I don't need it. I don't need it to be that hot year round. And it does have the option if you want to roll the sides up, but like it's just if you're going to roll the sides up, and if it's easy to take the top off, I take the top off, and it is fairly simple to take the top off. So I take the top off for that reason. Number two, for UV resistance, the plastic, if it's exposed to sun, the longer it's exposed, the least amount of time it's going to last. So by taking the tarp off in early spring, I'm extending the life of my plastic, which it's not like a normal clear plastic tarp like from Lowe's or regular nurseries. This is it's almost got woven fabric in it, so it makes it even stronger. And then the third reason is we have such bad storms in Houston, with hurricanes and tropical storms. Plastic tarps on greenhouses just go like kites. And so with the shade cloth, since it's perforated, like mine is a 50-foot shade cloth, it doesn't catch wind. Wind blows right through it, so it doesn't catch wind, doesn't blow away really, not very much anyway. It doesn't have much draft. And so what I always tell people is, like, measure the top of your greenhouse. And I learned this the hard way. Measure the top of your greenhouse. So like from one corner all the way over to the other corner. And so I think mine was like 18 feet, or no, it was like, yeah, I think it was like 18 foot. And so I did it was either a 16 foot or 17 foot. I always go like at least a foot shorter so that it's tight. I want to stretch it. I don't want it to be loose. I want it to be stretched. So if it's like a 20 foot, get an 18 foot or 19 foot tarp by whatever, and then go a foot shorter on that side. That way it's tight. You want it to be tight. And you can use bungee cords. You can use ratchet straps. You can use, paracord works great to bracket them down. And you can actually get the pre-cut fabric shade cloth with the grommets already in them. And if you don't have grommets or you want to add extra grommets, they also make these little clamps, like little plastic pieces, and they're like a little Pac-Man, and they grab on to like a cleat to the tarp, and then you can strap it down with that. So it's for extra support. Make a series you can distribute on PBS, like the Day Tripper guy who takes on various Texas cities, but with local plants in native zones and nurseries. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. No, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And I do have nursery tours on my YouTube and Facebook. It's like that. And I probably am going to go to some nurseries this morning. So my goal, I'm thinking when I leave here at 8-ish, I'm probably going to go to my truck and grab some of those plants and maybe bring them upstairs. I do have some pomegranates and some figs for Jason and Tracy. But I'll probably hold to those. I don't know. It's not even supposed to get hot today. It's not. My back cover. They should be safe. But there's like I looked around Birmingham, which is, I don't know, 30 minutes away maybe. And there's quite a few nurseries up there. So I might go up there, make a round, and go look around and go check it out, and then make my way back this way towards Petals from the Paso, like after lunch. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more nursery tours today. Good morning, Texas Guard. Hey, how's it going? Celebrating farm life. Good morning. Let's see. Awesome. I'm in Central Texas, so similar climate minus the hurricanes. Yeah, man. Well, it was crazy because we had we were a little nervous about Hurricane Francine because we didn't know where it was going to go, and it hit like Baton Rouge head on. It hit Baton Rouge like pretty much head on, and it looks like they were more prepared for it. Like honestly, I got here the morning. I was driving through the morning after, and they already had like tree trucks and line crews coming from everywhere. I had a buddy, shout out to Ryan Mueller, Danny Ron Mueller. He lives in Baton Rouge. He used to live in Houston, but he's from Baton Rouge and he lives there. No, he's from Slidell, lives in Baton Rouge. And I called him the day before, saying, hey, be safe and everything like that. He's got a brand new baby. And he was saying that they didn't have much damage, he can tell, not too much flooding, but they had lost power. And then, like a lot of people are seeing, when they buy those generators, his generator would not come on. If y'all have a generator and you're preparing for like a hurricane or a storm or like a polar vortex or something, you need to be testing those generators out. I know most people like who have Generacs or whatever, they go off like once a month or once a week or whatever and auto run. But from everybody I'm talking to that had generators during the hurricane and during the vortex and stuff, they haven't been going off. Like they're not starting. So go out there and manually start your generators and check your stuff. I don't even have a generator, but like manually go out there and check your generators once a week or once a month, just to be on the safe side, because I'm finding a lot of people are having issues with those generators kicking on that having really bad issues with the generators kicking on, so that's not the first person. There's been a handful of people. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I actually had a couple guys at work during the vortex, not during the vortex, during Hurricane Beryl in July, that a handful of them they had Generacs and everything. I don't know what the brand, I don't want to besmirch the brand Generac, but they had generators and they didn't kick on and they wouldn't turn on. And turns out they had like a recall, and they either didn't get the email or the letter got caught up in like the junk mail or whatever. But they had recalls on them and they didn't even know about it until afterwards. So make sure you check that. I mean, you're spending a lot of money on those generators, so make sure you're taking care of them. Yeah. Got my soul. I forgot I'm not mirrored. Why? No, I'm not mirrored. Got my Soul Soils rain parka. This was nice yesterday. It's supposed to be on and off raining, and I'm telling you, if y'all are in the Alabama area and you're coming to the Great Fall Garden Festival, we're gonna be there all day tomorrow. Rain or shine, we're gonna be there. I will be out there in the rain if I have to all day. I got a tent and I got everything I need to like stay dry, but I will be there all day, rain or shine. So if y'all are coming, come, because we're going to be there. We are going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of classes and stuff like that. Let me put a link for the garden festival. We'll see. I'll put a link in the chat for the actual festival. If y'all are in the area or you want to drive this way, I'll put this link right here. This is the link for the Great Fall Garden Festival. The person organizing this is, if you follow Tracy Britnell from Just Dig It Farms, this is their second annual, could be wrong, Great Fall Garden Festival. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of YouTubers coming. I don't know all of them. I don't know a lot of YouTubers in general, especially when it comes to homesteading stuff. So let's see the attendees. Adventures with Me and T. Here, I'm going to share the screen. I forgot I can do that. Beep, 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 boop. There we go. Come on, Boomer. All right, y'all can see this, the Great Fall Garden Festival. This is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Petals from the Past in Jemison, Alabama. This is the second annual Great Fall Garden Festival. There's going to be food trucks and vendors, Pops and Sons featuring hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken wraps, Michoacana featuring delicious Mexican fare, and kettle corn. I freaking love kettle corn. Let's see. So there's going to be classes, but let's talk about the attendees real quick. This is the address, 16034 County Road 29, Jemison, Alabama, 35085. Free admission. Adventures of Me and T, A&W Mini Farm, Andale Homestead, Black's Tropical Homestead, Cog Hill Farm. I've never heard of them. Campfire and Countryside, Cattywampus Acres, Chestnut Hills Farmstead, Chickadee Mountain Homestead, Cowbell Farm, Crazy Lizzie's Goat Farm, Dusty Goat Homestead, G&G Farms, Generations Homestead, Higher Grounds Farm, Haas Tools. I don't think Greg and them are going to be here. I don't think Haas Tools is going to be here. Maybe Haas Tools is going to be here, but I don't think Greg is going to be here. Just Dig It, that's Tracy and Jean. Perry Hill Farms, Rooted in Time Apothecary. That sounds fancy. Texas Garden Guy, never heard of him. The Clack Shack, and The Logical Dude. And there's going to be demonstrations, spinning alpaca yarn demonstration, beekeeping demonstration. That's awesome. So no pressure canning, goat soap, which is pretty cool. And they're going to have stuff for the kids too. And Growing Fruit in the South. This is Dr. Arlie Powell, co-owners of Pillow of the Past. Yeah, I'm excited to meet these people. I'm really excited to learn more and expand my knowledge. You know, I'm always looking to learn more and gain some more knowledge and make some new connections with people, because you never know when you're gonna have a question about something. You never know when you're gonna have a question about like a fig or camellia or fruit trees, or and a lot of it, even if they're in Alabama or they're in North Carolina or they're in California, whether or not they're in your area. Sometimes it's not helpful, but you can apply some of the principles that they're using to what you're doing. So most, a lot of people who follow me aren't from Texas and they don't live in a subdivision, but they can use the stuff that I'm doing, the methods I'm using in their garden or their home. They can use what I'm doing, tweak it, and make it work for them. And that's kind of what's cool about YouTube. You don't have to watch a YouTube video of someone doing a garden bed the way that I do it, but you can take I like these got metal beds, but then I'm going to go over to the Plant Techie or Dirty Punk Gardening and see him, and I like the way he's filling his beds. And you go over to someone else and I like the way they top dress and like the way they planted the spacing. Go watch a bunch of different people. Don't just follow one YouTube channel. Don't just watch me. Obviously, watch me, but but go get different opinions and different advice and see what works for you, because not everything I do is going to work for you. Not everything I say is going to be applicable to your location. So my coffee is gross. It's not good. I may have to make a coffee stop for some good coffee. This is not good. Everyone's having a great Friday. If you got any comments, drop them down below. Like I said, we're in Clanton, Alabama. Really cool. I didn't know they had Whataburgers in Alabama. There's one right there. I don't even really like Whataburger that much. It's not that I don't like Whataburger. It's that I don't like onions. And it seems like no matter what I do or what I say, there's always an onion on my burger. It'll usually be, I'll check it and there's no onions. And then I, take a couple bites and about halfway through a burger. And then that 2/3 of the way through bite, you take a bite and there's an onion right in your mouth. And Whataburger uses those big old chunks of onion and just mess up your whole day. And it's like, I'm done with this sandwich. I've stopped at Bojangles yesterday. I stopped at Love's to get gas. I think it was in Mobile, and got gas, and I saw a place called Bojangles. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Bojangles might be the worst fast food I've ever had in my entire life. The French fries were gross. The chicken sandwich was the most blah. It was just nasty. Bojangles gets 2 thumbs down. 2 thumbs down for Bojangles. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. And it's a stupid name. I went to Milo's yesterday. It was raining its butt off. And I was like, well, I'm just going to grab a sandwich or something like that and go to the hotel. I drove through and the burgers looked okay, but I was like, well, maybe they got a better chicken sandwich. So I got a chicken sandwich and the fries were trash, but the chicken sandwich was better. So it was all right. Not great, but it was all right. I guess, I don't know. I'm assuming it's just the fast food problem, and I don't know what it is lately. Since I've kind of been off of fast food and like out it like not even this isn't sugar. I didn't use sugar. Kind of been off sugar and fast food. Anytime I eat fast food, it just tastes so gross. Like it grosses me out now. Anytime I eat it, it's just grossing me out. Celebrating farm life. It's a great community. Making those connections is wonderful. Very supportive community. Absolutely. And everybody I meet, whenever I go to these conventions or meetups or expos, everybody's so nice. I've not met many ugly people, mean people. So most people are really nice. I found that when there's not as much competition either. I think everybody understands that there's enough time for someone to watch my video, your video. It's not like people are just going to watch one channel. So, what is the old term? Rising ocean tides rise all ships, or rising tides float all ships. Is that what it is? I don't know, but I always tell people that if you're starting your first YouTube video or your Facebook video or Instagram, TikTok, I'll do my best to help you out because uh, there's enough room for everybody. And everybody's got their specialty. Not everybody wants to watch me do desert roses and plumerias all the time. I've started to notice that I've got a bit of a specialty. I'm a little tropical. I didn't realize how tropical I was until I came to some of the. You don't realize how tropical you are until you go to certain nurseries and you're like, oh, there's no tropicals here. What's going on? Not that I'm not, like interested in other things, but like the tropical exotic stuff is really what gets me going. But I like native stuff as well. And I'm finding that a lot of stuff that is native in Texas and around the Gulf Coast region is native here as well. I'm not sure that they have Esperanza or Texas sage. I didn't see any Texas sage. I did see some pineapple guavas, which aren't native, but they're more of a cold hardy perennial that puts out fruit. Whenever people were having issues, they were losing their shrubs and stuff. And after like a hard freeze, I was recommending the pineapple guava. It's from, God, is it South America? I think it's South America. They call it the Feijoa. It's really popular in Australia. People grow a lot of it in Australia, and it does really well. But I saw some decent sized ones for a good price. If I didn't have all this stuff in the back of my truck, I might have gotten some pineapple guavas yesterday because they're like $20 for 3-gallon pineapple guavas, and they were at least 5 feet tall. They were pretty big for $20, and so I'll be on the lookout because there might be stuff here that's cheaper. The desert rose I got yesterday from Green Thumb, I think it was like $9, which is nothing. That's nothing, compared to what it is in Houston. People pay way more money for that kind of stuff. So I'm always on the lookout and see what's cheaper here. What are people growing? That's why I like to check out other nurseries and see, what other nurseries and other locations have. If I went to Hawaii, I'd probably go to a nursery and see what they're growing. Like if I went on vacation, I'm one of those people. Like if I'm on vacation and I'm not even at a nursery or whatever, I'm out looking at what's growing out in the flower beds. The same thing here at the hotel. This guy's got, or this whoever the owner has a garden right over here outside my window. And I'm like, ooh, what do they got growing? Oh, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna be on here for another 25 minutes or so. Go live till 8 o'clock and get it going. My coffee's cold now. Ugh. If y'all got any questions, drop them down below. Hopefully some of y'all are gonna be at the Great Fall Garden Festival today. Hopefully, or tomorrow, not today. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm looking forward to meeting people and networking and learning some stuff from other growers and other homesteaders. A lot of goat people. There's a lot of goat people over here at this meetup. I think there's even a person who's got alpacas or llamas or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have room for animals. I wish I did. My wife is very happy that we don't. Yeah, I'm I'm not animals because my area is so small. My backyard is so tiny. I thought about, if I added chickens, like I just imagine the damage that chickens can do to my garden because it's so tiny. I know Phil Longo over at Earth Nails and Tails. I got it right that time. I usually say Earth Snails and Tails. I don't know why I say snails instead of nails. But he said his chickens break out of prison and they just destroy his garden. He had like was it collard greens or like lettuce or kale or something planted right outside of his chicken coop. And I guess they busted out and just destroyed him that one year, or that one video I watched of his. And I was laughing my butt off. Hey, Blue Sage. Yep, I'll definitely be safe. Yeah, I'm making sure to lock my doors and take anything valuable and into the hotel room with me and everything. Yesterday was pretty wet, so I was trying to. Yesterday was wet in certain places, and in those places you want to slow down, give people space to don't tailgate people. Take a at least. I was my mom worked at the DMV when I was growing up, and so I actually didn't have to take the driver's test, but I took the written test. And one thing I remember from the written test is, however fast you're going, so like you're saying you're going 10 miles an hour, that's one car length away from the person in front of you. If you're going 20, that's 2 car lengths in front of you want to keep in front of them. So for every 10 miles per hour you're going, that's how many car lengths you want to keep in front of you. So in case they slam on the brakes, you're not just rear-ending the hell out of them. So something to think about. I'm sure, I don't know if they still teach that or if I made that up. I come up with stuff sometimes that I thought I was taught or thought I saw on something. Turns out they were not, never taught to me. I just made them up out of my head. But I'm pretty sure that's right. I got the figure around and find out hat on today. I got the Texas Gardening Guy hats with me. I had this patch made on Amazon. I had a couple patches made for this. This is a iron and they're a Velcro condor hat, tactical hat. And so I thought about having these patches made and selling these, but I don't know how many people that wear hats like this. So I don't know if it would sell. It's pretty neat though. But I like I got one that says Texas Garden Guy on here, and I got one that says Life's a Garden, Dig It. And so I can swap them out when I want to, which is kind of neat. You can wear the same hat and just swap the thing out. But I don't know many people that have hats like this. But maybe we should have more hats like this, where you can swap out the label. That was the rule. Okay. See, Blue Sage says no. That was the rule. Yep, I knew it. Yeah. So I slept pretty good last night. The hotel, is not bad. I the whatchamacallit, the toilet, when you flush the toilet, it is really, really loud. Like deafening loud. And the light in the fart fan. I don't know. I think it's an exhaust fan, but I was an exhaust fan in the bathroom. The fart fan. They're the same switch, so when you turn the light on, the fan is super loud. So I was brushing my teeth in the dark last night, but I did shower with the lights on. It's not a good idea to shower in the dark. Sadly, my HOA doesn't allow chickens. I had to cancel my trip to the Great Fall Garden Festival, and I'm so sad. Oh no problem. Yeah, my HOA does not allow chickens either. My HOA does not allow me to have any kind of poultry. Any kind of poultry. But I actually, I had a friend that got one of those. They call them smart coop, and they're like those prefab little chicken coops, and it has like a built-in webcam, like a ring camera inside of it. So it's like weatherproof. And one of my friends posted a picture or a video with it, and I commented. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And they sent me a message, and they're like, "Hey, we'd love to send you one." And I was like, "That'd be really cool." But my HOA does not allow chickens or any kind of poultry. I've looked for loopholes. And they sent me a response, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got you on that because you're not the first person that's told us that. We actually had our lawyer team, our legal team, draw up this template, and basically it was like, you send this to your HOA, you put your address on it, like where you do, and you send it into your HOA, and it's some kind of loophole. I don't know what it is, but it's basically you can't say that I can't have chickens, and they've had really good success with HOAs saying, okay, you can have chickens now, which I think is pretty nuts. But I told him, I was like, well, either way, I don't have the space for chickens. I don't have the space. I mean, I could probably have 2 or 3 free ranging in my backyard or in a coop, but like, I just don't have the time to allow them, you know. So I've already got too much going on. I've already got way too much going on. So get a support chicken, yeah, yeah. Des has some of those. My friend gardening with Des, she's got a ton of chickens. I don't know if she has a ton of chickens. She's got some chickens, but I know she doesn't have one that lives in the house, but she has one that's like sick, like sickly, and she allows it to come in the house. She's got like a little kennel for it, so it comes in the house whenever it's like sick or whatever. But I think it's an old chicken that has some disabilities, so she's trying to prolong the life, which is sweet. But that's her emotional. Well, to be fair, I think all of Dez's chickens are emotional support chickens, but that one in particular, I think it's called Popcorn or Esmeralda or something. I forget what the names are. She's got some Yoko Ono. That was one of them. she's got a bunch of chickens. She is a character. I love having her on. She's been a good friend. Des has been a really good friend. We're gonna have to have her back on soon. I don't have a guest for Monday. I don't have a guest for Monday on the garden, or not on the garden party. For the Texas Garden Guy show, I really liked having like one guest on for the Texas Garden Guy show. And last week I had Vikram on, the plant prof, and the week before that I had Josh, the plant techie. I had him on. So that was super cool. It's nice to kind of just have a one-on-one conversation with your buddy and learn a little bit more about them, get a little more in depth with them. So that was pretty neat. This past week we had Michael Smith on the garden party, and that was pretty cool. Michael Smith is a really nice guy. He's from Wichita Falls, and he owns and operates the nursery Smith's Garden Town. Really nice guy. Really knowledgeable, super cool. And shout out to his wife. I think he said his wife is Peruvian, and she's getting her U.S. citizenship this week. So shout out to her. Shout out to that's awesome. And so, but I don't have a guest for this Monday. I may have to find one over the weekend. I'll find one and get them to come on Monday, and I'll get a little more background on them. But next Wednesday we're gonna have Des back on, and then we will have a new guest. So we got a new guest coming on this Wednesday. Her name is Tasha. From a channel on, I think she has Instagram and YouTube, probably Facebook too. But her channel is called The Purposeful You. The Purposeful You, and she is actually Canadian. She's Canadian, so she will be the first international guest on the garden party, which is going to be neat. Let's see. I'm a caregiver for my husband. Maybe I need a support chicken. There you go. Let's see. Can you film some of the show and give us a tour? Absolutely. I will definitely give y'all a little inside look. I'm filming the whole thing. Like, I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all realize how much goes into like when I go do one of these shows. This is my camera case. It's just camera gear. And I usually have a minimum of like 3 to 4 cameras on me at all time when I'm doing a show. My personal camera. So I'll have like one of these. This is a Osmo Action 4. I've got my Action 1 that's going to be a time lapse of the entire event. I'll have that secured to my tent, depending on how the weather is. I'll get it situated. I didn't bring the cover. Stupid. I didn't bring the cover so they will be waterproof. But then I also have 2 other cameras with me, not including my phone, so that I can capture as much as I can and then compile it all into a video. I don't know if I'm going to do one huge video or a bunch of smaller ones to encapsulate the entire trip. I may do a video just of the road trip and then pedals from the past, and then do the little nursery tours everywhere else when I go to Birmingham here in a little bit, and then that one in Montgomery yesterday. Hey, good morning, Sneed's Farmhouse. Good morning. How's it going? Let's see. My grandmother had a pet chicken. She called it Dumpling. That's cute. That is really cute. Yeah, so I'm excited to be here in Alabama. Everybody's been really nice. Um, there is a farm stand right down the road called the Peach something that I want to go check out. They got like fresh produce, and I may do that this evening, maybe, or maybe I don't know. I'll find time. But they have like a farm stand, and oh, it looks like Cousin Kayla's going to be there. Cousin Kayla's going to be at the meetup tomorrow. Nice, awesome. I'm yes, awesome. Let's see. Thank you. So, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be. We'll have a good time. So what I'll probably do is one video with the road trip and the tour of pedals and the meetup, and then I'll probably do like a couple separate videos of like the garden tour, the nursery tours, and everything. But yeah, it looks like Cousin Kayla at Sneed's Farmhouse is going to be there tomorrow. So excited to meet I know there's gonna be a bunch of y'all tomorrow. A bunch of YouTube creators, and then what's funny is either way, it's going to be a blast. So I mean, if it's rain, I mean, it's supposed to be a little bit wet, but I don't know. You never can tell with the weather. But regardless, I'm going to be there all day, and I think everybody else is going to be there. So if you want to come out, bring me some rubber boots, bring an umbrella, and come on out. I mean, it's going to be a good time whether people show up or not. If I'm at a nursery and I'm on vacation today. Yes. So it's going to be a good weekend. So I'm very excited for the weekend. I like road trips. I don't mind driving. I just make sure to get out and stretch my legs from time to time. Definitely, yeah. Peach Park. That's what it's called. Yes, Peach Park is the place I was talking about earlier. And then there's the other one that I was literally going to go inside of it, and right after I left Walmart, but it was literally monsoon season started. Like it was I guess it was some of the bands of rain that came off of Hurricane Bernice, or whatever her name is, was going up towards Tennessee, and some of the rain bands came down, and it was like a tornado warning and really strong winds and rain. So it was pretty crazy. And I was planning on going to the farm stand. It was like 5 or 6 o'clock. But with the rain, I was like, I'm going to go to Milo's and grab me a sandwich. I'm going back to the hotel. Oh, my goodness. I do have some sugar free. Nice. Yeah, I chose to drive today. My plan originally was to drive. I'm crazy though. My plan originally was to like work a half day on Thursday, or work all day on Thursday, get off at 5 o'clock, and then drive in the evening overnight here. And after I did the expo in San Antonio, I did like a 4-hour drive there, or 3.5 hour, whatever it is. And I was exhausted driving that early in the morning overnight. And so I was like, you know what? I've got vacation. I'm going to take Thursday off. I'm going to take my time, stop wherever I want. It's going to be fun. I love road trips. I love stopping. Sunday, I'll be driving home, and I plan on making more stops and doing more things. But yeah, I'm excited. I've always enjoyed these road trips, and seeing how easy it is to drive this route makes me want to do this more often. Makes me want to get in the car and just drive. I really want to travel more and do more events, and just take the time and make the time. If I'm going to take this YouTube stuff seriously, that's something funny that Michael Fiore of Smith's Garden Town brought up on Wednesday on the podcast. The first thing he asked me, he's like, when are you going to stop working and do this full time? And I was like, man, I think everybody would just love to do content full time. But for the time being, my boss has been a really big supporter. I told him when I took my new position that, like, hey, I have a lot of commitments I have to do outside of work. And he was like, yeah, and and it hasn't been an issue with my job. So has not been an issue with my job at all. I love what I do. I love doing what I do. So, and this is fun as well. So for now, I've got 2 full-time jobs, and I'll just keep it at that until I can't go any longer. Let's see. Yes, I'll be visiting with some of the cool crowd with YouTube Farm. Yes, I'll be hanging out with them. Was my wife able to go? Do you know? So my wife is a teacher, and this is like her first month of school. She was able to take off the first week of school to go with me to San Antonio, and she was didn't want to burn up all her vacation so early in the year. And also, it was her mom's. So she wanted to make sure that she could go see her mom because her dad was going to be out of town. So she didn't make the trip with me, unfortunately, but she's usually with me. She's usually with me, and she's a huge help. Anytime y'all are watching a video, all of the good videos are ones that she recorded. She's usually behind the camera like this, making sure that she's usually making sure that she's not in my sunglasses reflection. That's what she's usually trying to do that. So I do like this new camera. So this is the Osmo Action 4. This is DJI's newest action camera. The Action 1 was actually my first camera that I ever bought. What's really cool is they've got this new feature where it's got like a magnet and a little clip, so you can go like this, and you can have it like this stationary. We're shooting YouTube videos, horizontal videos, and you can quickly go like this, disconnect, and flip it like that, and now you're shooting Instagram, Reels, Shorts, TikTok videos, those vertical videos, the 16:9. So I really like that feature specifically about this camera, and it's just that easy to go back and quick connect. I wish that the little latches would snap a little more easily, but it may just be this aftermarket case, which I like this Small Rig brand. Small Rig, if you're looking for camera cases or accessories, all like the professional people I've seen use this company called Small Rig, and they make a million different accessories for stuff like this. And most of it is all that 1/4-20 screw, or it's got a cold shoe, and so it's really interchangeable. And I love it. I love it. And this is my little selfie stick. It's a little bit older. It's got the micro USB attachment where you can charge this. Or sorry, you can use a USB to USB-C to charge my camera, but you have to have a micro USB to charge the actual selfie stick, which I kind of hate. But this little case is pretty nice because I can take it out, pop this open, and get to the memory card, and I can actually swap the batteries out pretty quick too. So this is the DJI Action 4. And I usually buy like a new camera every year because they just get so much better. And I need deductibles. So that's what I tell my wife. And if you buy stuff that's almost exactly like the one you had before, you can almost buy it and not tell her. Like it's pretty identical to the other camera. So like if you didn't know that this wasn't the old camera, you might not know at all. So you can almost get away with it, but not always. Yeah, she's a huge help to me. Yes, the new camera is awesome. I got a couple cameras. DJI has always been my brand. I don't have a drone, but they make those like drones, the Mavics and Mavic Minis and all that stuff. I don't have a big enough area to cover where I need a drone yet. So I feel like I'm going to lose it in one of my neighbor's yards and they hate me. So let's see. Does it allow you to pause and start videos, or do you have to edit? Oh, you can stop and you can start and stop. Would love to go to the tour at Moody Gardens. Isn't it the weekend of the Fig Festival in Galveston? Yes, absolutely it is. The Moody Garden meetup is like a little mini meetup, not really organized or planned in any fashion. It's the Friday before Figtoberfest. If y'all don't know about Figtoberfest, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, Figtoberfest is coming up. This is our first annual Figtoberfest, and we are excited for it. We are excited for Figtoberfest. Let me show you all of that. And I will actually post the link for this. So this is our first annual Figtoberfest. It is going to be our, entire day dedicated to figs, basically. And it's in the Houston, Texas area. It's in Angleton, which is south of Houston, but it is right near Houston for the most part. And we're gonna have me, Phil's Figs, the Fig Hunter, and a bunch of other people there to talk about figs basically all day. Let me show you all this flyer. You all see the flyer? And so Saturday, October 5th, that's in Angleton, Texas. We'll have speakers from A&M AgriLife. It's a free event. You can go click the link and RSVP. But there's going to be free cuttings. There's going to be free fig trees given away. We also have a company that's donating fig trees. I need to update this flyer to put them on there as well. There's going to be Fig Brew coffee alternative there. Heirloom Soils is sponsoring the event with soil, and there's going to be a ton of figs given away. And the fig hunter, David Burke, he'll basically be propagating figs all day long, showing y'all how to propagate it. So whether or not you win a fig tree, everybody will be leaving with at least one fig tree propagation. He's bringing a bunch of cuttings with him from California, and so it's going to be awesome. Jason Hill just bought a new camera. Yeah, he just bought a new camera too. He sent me the picture because he has the old. I have the Pocket. It's right here. I have the same one that he has. His is just the newer version. I'm not gonna pop it out, but he has the newer version, and it'll flip vertical to horizontal. But I think he has this one too. He's a tech guy. He likes camera equipment and stuff like that. The Gobi Gorilla grips. These are my favorite. These are Jobis. But I'll put this on here, and then basically I can set my camera down and walk away, and then set it anywhere I want. This will actually wrap around and grip like a pole or a stand or something like that if I want to grip it however I want to do it. Or I can pop this off, so it's kind of universal. So I can take this whole rig with me basically when I'm just walking around doing my thing. But I have like a case like this full of camera stuff for the event, with a bunch of different cameras. So, but yeah, the event is totally free. And the day before, there's another flyer. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but we're going to go to Moody Gardens in Galveston. My friend Denise is the master horticulturist, I believe her title is called. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think we were talking about getting a group rate, like where it would be cheaper. Only problem is I would have to like collect money from people and like hold on to how many people. I have to guarantee 10 people, which I'm sure we're gonna have at least 10. But like, what if people don't show up or they can't make it because of traffic or something? I don't want to be responsible for people's money, so it's just going to be what it is. The money, that whatever it is going to be what it is. So I don't even know what the price is. I don't think it's like super cheap, but I mean it's not like crazy expensive either. Good morning from Arkansas. Good morning. I'm here in Alabama right now. But guys, it is 8 o'clock on the dot, pretty much. I'm going to get my shoes on, go find me some breakfast, find me some decent coffee. This is trash. And it's cold. But I'll be posting throughout the day. We're going to get ourselves situated. I'm wearing my Hops shirt today. You guys see? I can tell I lost weight because my Hops shirt fits. I bought this in May at the San Antonio Master Gardener sale. This is like from the San Antonio Herb Society. They had this Hops t-shirt, and I bought it, and I liked it, but I didn't fit into it. And so I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna buy that shirt," and that's one of my goal shirts. I got a couple of goal shirts that I bought for like when I lose weight. And they fit me better. And this shirt fits now, and the other shirt fits me better now. So I definitely am happy about that. But I gotta stick to the diet today. I may have a muffin or what is it, sausage and cheddar muffin at Starbucks. So I get an actual coffee, but I will post some content on Instagram and Facebook later on. If you're not already, follow me everywhere. Follow me everywhere you can. I'm Texas Garden Guy everywhere. Um, yes, I will. I will see Jason and Brooke at some point today. I will see them at some point today. I don't know. I haven't made any plans yet. I know they're busy too. So, but I will holler at y'all later on. Have a great day, and I will see y'all tomorrow at the Great Fall Garden Festival. If I don't see you.